प्रेम से बोलो श्री गुरु महाराज की जय. जय सीताराम dear devotees. Swagatam, welcome back to Suryoday with yours truly Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj. Another beautiful day it is here in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. On every Thursday, Suryoday comes to you on Radio Jagrati from 4 to 6 a.m. and on TV Jagrati from 6 to 8 a.m. And dear devotees, we discuss, topical issues that can make us better Hindus, and we help you to understand a little more about your Sanatan Dharma so that you can live a brighter, happier, more fulfilling life. And that's the aim of us, really and truly, to meet our goals at the end of this life. Mrityorama Amritam Gamya, as we would have discussed on previous programs. On Sunday morning, we had our Suri village virtual spiritual retreat, and in that program I would have mentioned that this week we're going to speak about the authoric principle of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, especially their devotees. And see, if you look at your Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha calendar, their devotees, you will see this week we have been and we continue to celebrate lots of Jayantis, and it is, if you understand and try to explain from time to time, that Jayanti does not literally mean to be born, like a baby, but it means from unmanifested into manifested. Jayati Asti, to be manifested from the unmanifested. And so this is what we refer to Jayanti. And so these kathas, or these avatars of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, which we would have celebrated and continue to celebrate this week, they are examples of the meaning of Jayanti, meaning from the unmanifested form to take a form, a manifested form. And so, dear devotees, your occasions, and this is a very, very blessed week for all of those who are celebrating your birth anniversaries this week. You're celebrating it together with Bhagwan, the avatars of Bhagwan. And so it would have started on Tuesday gone, dear devotees, with that of Narsingh Jayanti. Narsingh Jayanti, you would have had that on the 5th, with that on the 6th, the Purnima Vrat, and today, the 7th, you have Kurma Jayanti, Buddha Jayanti, Pipala Jayanti, and tomorrow you have Narad Jayanti. So there's lots of birthdays, lots of birth anniversaries, lots of Jayantis, lots of manifestations. Even for us, as we mentioned, birth anniversary, as one Pandit has taught us that you have one birthday. However, you have birth anniversaries, and these anniversary, that birthday was when you came from your unmanifested form. That Atman took form in the womb and you came into this world. You took form. Anyone could have seen your form. All the time you were unmanifested, they couldn't see you. And now you are manifested. So this is why in some of the very holy, revered persons, we say that they celebrate their Jayantis as well, their devotees. And to kick-start our katha, our discussion for this morning on the authoric principle and the relation between Bhagwan and Bhakta, very important, as these occasions will teach us that. We start with this particular selection, this bhajan that is dedicated to the Das Avatar. Who are the Das Avatars and why are they important? How many of them are we celebrating this week? We'll find out after. Prem se bolo Shri Vishnu Bhagavan ki jai. प्रेम से बोलो श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees, Swagatam, welcome back to Suryoday. And this morning, that beautiful selection there, Sriman Narayan, 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 very important for today's program in their devotees, as it is a theme for today's program. Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Always chant the name of the Lord. And in that, you would have heard about Das Avatar, or the 10 main authoric principles of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu. And in those, dear devotees, you would have heard of starting from Matsya Avatar and then Kumbha Avatar, and that is one of the day's celebration today. Today is that day, dear devotees, when Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, in the churning of the ocean, when the Manthan was beginning to sink in the Samudra, it's called the Samudra Manthan, the churning of the ocean with the mountain. And when that mountain was beginning to sink, the devotees, it would have, end the task that was already in train by both the Asuras and the Devatas in trying to get that Amrit from under the ocean, their devotees. As we know, many things would have came out from that churning of the ocean. However, for it to be successful, Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, he had to take a very special form that is of the tortoise, and he had to go under and support. So Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, their devotees, in that form of Kurma avatar, of the tortoise, he is our support. He can support us in achieving our task, in achieving our goals. This is why he is known as the preserver. So he took that form, because Bhagwan, he takes a form according to the Kal, Desha, Samay, the time, place or circumstance. And in this case, their devotees, which other animal could go underwater, hold their breath or breathe underwater actually, and also support the weight of that mountain on their backs? Only a tortoise could have done that. This is why he would have took that form. However, if we look at it from a scientific point of view, there are many theories that it also represents the theory of evolution. You see, first of all, you had that of Matsya, the fish. Now you had an amphibious creature, and then you have from that now their devotees, Bhagwan would have evolved, and you would have a Varaha avatar, then Narsingh avatar also that we spoke about earlier this week would have been Narsingh avatar, half man, half lion, then Vaman Devta, and so on and so forth. Bhagwan, the evolution, their devotees, and so we won't go into that aspect of it this morning. However, needless to say, today we are celebrating this Kurma Jayanti, and Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, he took that form of the tortoise. Also their devotees, as we mentioned, Narsingh Jayanti that we celebrated earlier, that is a time there was a very special devotee. But before we get into that, another form of that we would have mentioned this day, their devotees, is that of Bhagwan Sri Buddha avatar. And Buddha avatar, their devotees, he is one of the last avatars of those 10 that we would have mentioned, and that is that form that we will speak a little more about after this next selection, where we will learn more about Buddha avatar and how he links into another one of the Jayantis that I mentioned this morning, their devotees. So let us enjoy this selection to the Buddha avatar of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, which is the 9th avatar of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu in Das avatar. Prem se bolo Shri Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai, Shri Buddha avatar ki jai ho. Prem Savor Shri Buddha Avatar Ki Jai. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees. Swagatam, welcome back to Suryodaya with your Srila Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj. And this morning we are discussing the avataric principles of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, Bhagwan, and the relation between the Bhakta. And in that selection we would have heard a little more about that form of Bhagwan, in that form of the 9th avatar of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, of Das avatars. We said this week earlier you would have celebrated Narsingh Jayanti, and today, dear devotees, we spoke about Kurma Jayanti, and now this is Buddha Jayanti we are discussing now. So Buddhaji, it is said, dear devotees, is a spiritual day that we call Buddha Purnima, also known as Buddha Jayanti, on this full moon day. Like we had that full moon last night, and the sunrise having touched that full moon this morning makes today, their devotees, this celebration of the Jayanti of Kurma Jayanti and also Buddha Jayanti. And Lord Buddha, their devotees, he was born and known as Gautam. Gautam, when he was very young, it says here, Gautam Buddha was a spiritual person who brandished the negativities from the lives of his followers and steered their lives towards spirituality. You know, we always have this argument or this discussion between being religious and being spiritual. So Buddhaji, he would have led his followers to spirituality and not necessarily religion, their devotees, because it was a way of life, a way of seeing things, a way of seeing Bhagwan in all of creation, of his creation. Other than this, Buddha attained enlightenment also on this day. You know, but before we speak about that and how he got that enlightenment, where he got that enlightenment, it says Gautam Buddha was born as a prince and was named Siddhartha. And Siddhartha was, you know, said from a very early age, the astrologers, they said he's going to be a great ascetic. Now, his father and mother, being kings and queens, they did not want their son to become an ascetic and to, you know, live on alms. They wanted their son to rule their kingdom. So what they did, they locked him in. You know, sometimes we want to keep our children away from their destiny, but it's impossible, dear devotee. Whatever is written in our karmas, we will have to go through, their devotees. In this way now, that being written, they try to contain him. However, it is said on his 29th year, and within his 29th year, Siddhartha, he came out the palace for the very first time, and what he saw there, dear devotees, or he never saw death, he never saw suffering, he never saw poverty. All these things he saw, and those things made him think to himself, is the luxurious life that I am living, is it really worth it? Is there something greater? Is there some way to break this cycle of birth and death and suffering here on earth? And this is where, dear devotees, that he decided he will leave the kingdom and go into the forest to become the ascetic. So in other words, his parents, while trying to keep him from his destiny, they propelled him towards his destiny. So, dear devotees, how did he attain this enlightenment? He attained this enlightenment under a very special tree known as the Bodhi tree. Not Bodhi as the Bodhi we eat, but Bodhi tree, which comes from the root word Buddhi, the Bodhi tree. And that Buddhi is intellect. And their devotees, he was blessed with that intellect. And that Bodhi tree that he meditated under is none other than the Peepal tree. That Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, as Bhagwan Sri Krishna, he says, of all the trees, I am the Ashravata, which is that of the Peepal tree. So, dear devotees, this Peepal tree, this is why it's very sacred to us. This is why we have it around in our mandirs, at our homes. We have special, you know, things that we will do. And today is the day, dear devotees. You worship your Peepal tree, because today is also Peepal Jayanti or Peepal Purnima as well, dear devotees, and we celebrate that Peepal Jayanti. Peepal is a form of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu as well, not one of the 10 avatars, but it is a representation of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu as it is stated in our scriptures. Many places it's cited as being a representation on avatar, a form of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu with all deities present in your Peepal tree. So let us enjoy this selection as we praise, give thanks and praises. We celebrate today Peepal Jayanti as well. Prem se bolo Shri Peepal Baba ki jai ho. प्रेम से बोलो श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय, श्री पीपल भगवान की जय हो. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees. Swagatam, welcome back to Suryoday with your Shri Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj. And this morning we have celebrated, we have discussed so many Jayanti, so many birth anniversaries in inverted commas, dear devotees. As we mentioned in the beginning, you know, Jayati Asti, from the unmanifested to the manifested, and Bhagwan's choices, blessings upon each and every one of you who would have celebrated your birth anniversaries during this week together with the many avatars of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu. And today itself, dear devotees, Kurma Jayanti, Buddha Jayanti and Peepal Jayanti all being celebrated today. However, tomorrow is going to be the celebration of Narad Jayanti. Narad Muni, as we know him, is known as Dev Rishi Narad Muni. He's known as Maharishi Narad Muni. And so many, great names and titles are put to that great soul, that Atman known as Narad Muni. And Narad Muni, dear devotees, as we know, is always side by side with Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, dear devotees. We also know he is known as the celestial traveler. He can travel all three worlds, and he can, speed up things as per se. Some may perceive his actions to be a spiritual troublemaker. However, he is one who gets things done, dear devotees, when they are supposed to happen. And if it's taken too long, he will try to speed it up and make sure that it happens when it's supposed to happen. And so this is his role, his duty. So he's not really a spiritual troublemaker. However, he is that person who always has the wellness of all of creation in his heart and his mind. And so he will ask and he will do things for the great benefit of all and not just one or a few. So this is Narad Muni. How did he become so great? That is the katha. That is the more important part, dear devotees. It says here that Narad Muni always is in that proximity of Narayan. And remember, we started off with the chant Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. True. How did he become such? It is said in his previous birth, in his previous life, dear devotees, he always found himself in satsang at the feet of the Holy One. You see, his mother, she was that person who took care or fed those travelers, the holy ones, when they were going from place to place on their tirthas and their yajnas. And so he was being around his mother. He helped feed them, and he actually used to eat the juta from these holy men, their devotees. However, while they were resting before going from place to place, he would massage their feet and he would just listen to the singing of the speaking of the glories of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu. And it says Bhagavad Gita, and through this listening he would have attained some purification, because Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 verse 2 explains the logic behind this, dear devotees. It says, by simply hearing the narration of the pastimes of Bhagwan, one directly connects with the Supreme Bhagwan and also expels all accumulated sins of the mundane life, thus cleared all sins. The listener gradually becomes liberated from all mundane associations and becomes attracted to the features of Bhagwan and Bhagwan alone, dear devotees. So this is the importance. This is how we can get there as well. This is why it is very important, parents, take your children from a young age and have them in the mandirs, have them in the company of their gurus. Have them in that company, their devotees, so that they're learning. Right now you are safe in your homes, and I hope all you have to do now is put on the TV and you can be part of the teachings of Guru. And fortunate you have radio and TV Jagrati as well as many other stations, but this is the number one Hindu station that you can tune in. All you have to do is put it on. Sit down with your children, let them listen, let them learn from the great ones, from the holy saints, from the pandits. Let them learn about their Sanatan Dharam. Let them hear the Katha, and this is how they can purify themselves, their devotees. So likewise, we too can purify ourselves. It continues to say that according to Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavat, their devotees, it says that we too can follow Narad Muni's process of association with the true devotees and developing our spiritual attitudes if we are to survive in this age of Kali Yuga, known as the age of quarrel and the age of darkness. We too can listen to the praises of Bhagwan, his pastimes, and we too can purify ourselves. This is why you have so many, programmings here on TV Jagrati, Radio Jagrati, giving you the opportunity to just sit and listen. You don't have to do much. When we are back and we're safe and we're open and you can go to the mandirs and get that feeling of the darshan, of the atmosphere of the mandirs, you can do so. However, for now, it's there for you. Make use of it, dear devotees. So let's enjoy. Let's chant now to Narad Muni. Tomorrow, this is the link between Bhakta and Bhagwan. It is the Bhakti, dear devotees. grow that bhakti within you. Become like Narad Muni. Enjoy this selection as we celebrate, prepare for Narad Jayanti tomorrow, dear devotees. As he always chants, Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Prem se bolo Shri Narad Muni ki Jai Ho. Prim Sor Shri Narad Muni ki Jai Ho. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees. Swagatam. Welcome back to Surya Day. So this morning, dear devotees, as we bring a close to our programs, remember there are so many opportunities to worship Bhagwan, and to get closer to Bhagwan, follow the examples of the Bhaktas like Narad Muni, and always chant the name of the Lord, and instill, listen to the pastimes of Bhagwan, and so you can build your bhakti. Bhakti is the key between the Bhakta and Bhagwan, dear devotees. So we hope you would have enjoyed and celebrated with us this morning, as we have so much to celebrate. Bhagwan's choicest blessings upon all of those who are fortunate to celebrate your birth anniversaries in a time like this, with so many celebrations of the avatars of Bhagwan Shri Vishnu. And dear devotees, of course, on Mother's Day, on Sunday coming, we invite you to our special Mother's Day program with our virtual spiritual retreat here on TV Jagrati, as well as from the Suri Village Shiv Mandir YouTube channel. Will be premiering there as well, so you can access anywhere you are in the world, dear devotees. We'll bring our special Mother's Day program to you, give you our blessings and best wishes on that occasion, on that day, dear devotees. So join us. So as we leave you this morning, we pray Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.